Hello, YouTube. Good to see you. Glad that you're able to join me once again. And I just want to remind you to please, if you haven't already, subscribe. Click the subscribe button. Also, click the little bell there to get notification when these come out. And come visit my podcast. That's where you're going to find most of my teaching is on the podcast. And in the description below are all the links that you want that you're going to find my podcast at. So I think it's down there. Anyway, yeah, we're going through quite a bit here, aren't we? We are suffering the stay-at-home orders still here in California. And it's kind of trippy, you know. We've known some people who have been in contact with someone who's been in contact with the COVID. And just to clarify, I guess stuff that I'm learning, and I'm sure that some of you are learning as well, you know, that COVID-19 is the actual disease or invasion into your body, but the coronavirus, COVID, SARS-CoV-2, I think it is the actual virus. So if you see the virus hanging out, just take a good piñata stick to it and knock it out. That's what I saw for sale in parts of Mexico, just these piñatas that were the coronavirus. So I thought that was rather humorous. Anyway, but on a more serious note, I mean, I think that a lot of us are struggling, going through some difficult times here. And I know financially, I know job-wise, are stir-crazy, different emotions that people are suffering as a result of the COVID. But it's going to come to pass. And it's going to, we'll be in our next phase of life and facing another pandemic sometime in the future, you know. So don't believe everything you hear. Don't lose faith. You know, there are a lot of good news. In fact, I saw a real interesting stat today showing the percentage of deaths by populations in different countries. And I think of the 10 listed, one of them being the United States, none of them were below 99.5%. So the severity of death isn't there. It is not a pleasant thing. It's never a pleasant thing to be ill. Never a pleasant thing to be sick, especially if you get to the point you have underlying conditions and you get to the point of being intubated and all that. That's no fun. There is no fun in that kind of illness. So, you know, my prayers are with you on that. But on to the challenge of the gospel. We're going to be covering, we're going to be moving on from the Beatitudes this week and covering some new challenges, some different challenges. Some I hope maybe it'll be a refresher on the perspective of the challenges. But remember that the challenge of the gospel is really not only to bring you to a place of a relationship with God, but to bring you to a place of having an abundant life. And no, that doesn't mean that you get the new latest and greatest Lamborghini or Tesla or whatever your heart's yearning for. You're not going to get the latest and greatest piece of real estate or, you know, stock options. That isn't what the abundant life is about. You know, it really is about contentment. It's about being fulfilled in this life, regardless of your financial circumstance. I know that sounds a little hard to believe because, you know, after all, you know, we have the old name it and claim it people that are always hanging around and people telling you you can have your better life today, and you can have your better life today. You can have that, but it's not what you expect. But there are some quid pro quos for that, and we covered quite a bit of it in regards to the personality traits of a person that's walking in that life, walking in that peace, taking the challenge to be a better person, to be a more fulfilled person, to be the husband, the wife, the father, the mother, the sister, the brother, the single person that you can be, to be all that you can be. Because the truth is life is hard, and there are a variety of circumstances that people go through. Some go through illnesses, some go through tragic ends of relationships. Things happen where the things that you counted on in life all of a sudden are pulled out from you. And life is difficult, and then of course, what we're going through right now. How many graduates, just think about that, just how many graduates, whether it be high school, whether it be college or university, expecting to have some great celebratory time. I mean, that was part of the fabric of the plan, right? And all of a sudden to have that just snatched away, not by anything that you have done, but simply by the circumstances of life. Life is hard, and don't ever forget that. It was put that way in the very beginning. When we look at the fall of man, what did God tell Adam? He says, yeah, thorns and thistles are going to grow for you. You're going to work by the sweat of your brow. And some people more than others. There are going to be some people who are going to be advantaged more than others. That's one of the reasons, Cain was upset with Abel. It's like, how come he gets, all the girls? How come he gets, all the praise? How come, why, even to the point of a relationship with God, his sacrifice is accepted and mine isn't? But it all comes back down to the quality of the person that you are. And you can change that. You can change that. You say, oh, no, only God can. Yes, God is the one who's going to lead you and guide you and direct you. But it is your choice to walk with Him, which is what we're going to see in this particular challenge that we're going to be talking about here as soon as you hop over to the podcast and listen. And I want to thank many of you who have commented on my special guest that I had last week on Thursday. We're going to be having some more of that kind of interview, and also some other guests as well. I'm excited to say a list of people that have agreed to say, yeah, I want to be part of Drunk Theology. And some people that you would be, some you would say, yeah, I could see them being on Drunk Theology. They're not offended by your title. Some people get so caught up in the title. I mean, my wife, who's avidly telling people about it, and she knows a couple of people at her work that are involved in church work, and although she works at Costco, she's an essential worker. There are others that are there that are, part-time ministry, part-time pastor, part-time secular work, what have you, and they get all, taken back. Oh, what kind of theology is this? And it's kind of like, well, hey, come and find out. Come and find out, and you're going to learn how to get drunk, and I hope that it'll be on a theological basis. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm praying for you, and we will see you next week. And I will be introducing a new guest here in the next. I'm going to be traveling next week, and hopefully conducting an interview. And if that is successful, it would be, let's say, in 2 weeks. we're going to have another special guest, and you will enjoy it. Let me just put it that way. You are going to enjoy it, and we're going to have some fun looking at the different sides of people and seeing what it is that makes them tick and how that they have a relationship in this drunk theology with the living God. Anyway, God bless you, and we'll see you next week.